Can I buy that, please?
Well, if you... really? What? Hot dog! A sale!
I'll take it from here, Gil.
No, wait! No, you can't take my sale. My wife's gonna leave me if I don't start bringing in the green. Come on, let me have this one, Stan. I'm begging you. Look at me. I'm begging you, Stan.
Let's go write this up, shall we?
We're wearing blue.
Oh my god, we're both wearing the same colour. We forgot to call each other this morning.
Yeah, we should need to start.
Find out what you're wearing, what I'm wearing. It's okay. It's all good. YouTube will forgive us. We know you. You love us, guys.
Don't say that. They hate us now.
That's true. Downvote.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about Xbox has a new program out. It's a little bit Netflix-esque, and it seems kind of cool because it means that you pay $10 and get games. But it maybe seems like a little bit, maybe desperate.
A little bit desperado.
Maybe. Okay, Sam, do you have Netflix?
Of course I do. Netflix and chill. Who doesn't love that?
So you don't get any chill. Don't lie, Sam.
Not at all. More like
Zero
Netflix
chill.
and beg.
Netflix
and beg.
It's like Netflix and chill. Oh yeah.
Hello, that's my girlfriend right there.
Everyone loves Netflix. We've had it in Australia for a while now, and it's like kind of just what you
Take it
do
over.
every night. Like Americans had it for a while now. We've always had it, man. Ever since like the dawn of time. In Australia, we get things much later than everybody else. But everyone's talking now about this need to have a Netflix for video games. This idea that's like you have Netflix for television stuff, movies. You've got like Spotify and Pandora for music. Okay. Why isn't there such a thing like that for video games?
Well, I mean, I remember when we were at E3 and we had an off-the-record chat with someone that was working with one of the big publishers. Do you remember this?
I do remember this.
We will not go into any names. Andrew Wilson. No, jokes. He's like, shit.
So then I said,
why did they tell him?
So then I said, give me all your money.
And they were saying something along the lines of every publisher's looking into this, they know it's the future and they're already doing the research and they're already putting it all together for, you know, the next 5 or 10 years, that pretty much every publisher will have, a system like that, or a console will have, a system like that where you can just, it's a subscription based.
Yeah, well, they've already got it with EA.
They
have
do.
EA
They do.
Access.
Yep.
Now, we love to shit on EA for days, no doubt about it, but you can't argue the fact that EA Access is a really, really good deal. It's like $5 a month, and you get access to a fairly chunky portion of their back catalogue. Pretty much anything, in fact, that they have gets on there.
Is it like the FIFA stuff too?
Yeah, like
that's pretty
heaps of
good.
it. It's like $5 a month for their games. You don't get them in the release window. They don't put them on EA Access at the beginning. There's a few months grace period, but then after that you get access to them, and that's cool, I guess. So that's the model that has been happening already with them. Xbox are now doing the same thing with their first party stuff. Microsoft are doing the same thing now. They've now got a system, it's called Xbox Game Pass, which already gives you access to, I think it's about 100 games at any point in time. It's a mixture of like old, backwards compatible Xbox games and new stuff and whatever else. But new releases were never sort of in contention with that. No one ever thought that they're going to add new release games to Xbox Game Pass. It was always going to be something like EA Access, where it's the old back catalogue. Turns out now, Microsoft are changing their tune, and they've just announced, let me finish!
Let him finish!
Sounds like, they've just announced that they are going to be implementing Xbox Game Pass with new games. So, example, when Sea of Thieves comes out, next month or the month after that in March, it is going to be available. You pay $10 per month, and you will get access to brand new first-party Microsoft games.
Okay, let me just start by saying, if I'm a console in crisis, alright?
So savage. You went straight there.
Sorry.
Here come the downvotes.
I know that there's plenty. I know that it's the fastest pre-order console ever, but
the Scorpio.
The Scorpio. But the bottom line is, the IP war is being won by PlayStation and Nintendo. I reckon they sat down with the right people and were like, how do we start getting people back on board with Xbox? Let's start offering our IP in some bundle every month. But the problem there, I think, is the IP is pretty weak. Like, it's weak IP, most
Yeah.
of it. Sea of Thieves, sadly, we played it. It was very weak.
Okay, so let's talk
You
about
know, the Tail game.
I don't even remember that.
I don't know, Lucky's
something?
Tail or something.
It looked like Tails from Sonic, but it wasn't
Yes,
him. And
we
then
thought that at E3.
And then I think it had Tails in the name.
Yes.
But like not Tails as in tail,
Yes.
like Tails as in stories. And it was like, what is this?
But what I'm getting at is, I think that they are ultimately trying to get back on the saddle, and PlayStation would never do something like this because they don't need to. You know, they don't need to. They know their IP is strong, and they know that, and Nintendo knows that their IP is strong, and they can sell each game for $80 every day of the week. Where Xbox isn't in that position right now.
Yeah, and just to be super clear as well, this is not all new games that appear on Xbox you get for $10 a month. It's only the first-party Microsoft
Yes,
stuff.
that's right.
So, for example, State of Decay 2, Crackdown 3, Sea of Thieves, and they've also said in future stuff like the next Halo when that comes out, the next Gears of War when that comes out. They've said specifically they plan to make their full first-party lineup available on day one through this system. So there's no cheeky like, hey, we'll just do it for the shit games, and then when Halo comes along, you have to pay for that one.
Well, look, I mean, I think that's great. I think that's I like that idea. You know,
but it does go to your point though around the fact that right now this year the IP is lacking, and it does seem as though this move is happening because of the fact that they don't have a huge amount of faith in the sales that will occur for these titles. So Sea of Thieves is a good thing to talk about right now. I've played Sea of Thieves twice now.
Yeah, we both played it twice.
We both played it. I mean, look, I really part of me as like the gamer in me wants to be able to say this is going to be super successful. It's going to do so well. Everyone's going to love it because it's a really interesting concept. It is fun when it works. However, the like commercial side of me thinks I really worry for Rare and their future after this game because this game is extraordinarily niche. It is a very, very niche product that you can only really play if you have a group of friends who are all up for it. If you're trying to pug this, just like randomly matchmaking to shit and make things happen, it's going to be a nightmare.
Absolute nightmare. When we played it, we were just standing next to each other going, this is really bad. What's going to happen with this?
It wasn't that it was bad.
It was just so
convoluted.
Clunky also in terms of just, if everyone isn't succinct and doing exactly what they need to do, it just falls apart so quickly. And
I want it to be successful. I desperately want Microsoft to have a win on this. They deserve it. I want Rare to have a win on this because
Rare
love
needs this.
That company, man. Some of my best gaming memories ever. Totally. Like you, surely, maybe like this guy.
Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, who hasn't finished Banjo-Kazooie a couple of times? Who hasn't played Diddy Kong Racing like 50 hours of that shit? GoldenEye, like
Perfect
God.
Dark.
Perfect Dark, like Jesus, like so many, the golden
Blast
years.
Corps.
Blast, fucking hell, like, I didn't even know Blast Corps, they did Blast Corps, but like, it
Donkey
just shows...
Kong Country.
No, they didn't, did they?
Yep, they did.
Oh, they did, and then they sold it to Nintendo, the IP, that's right.
Well, Nintendo lent them the IP.
Oh, yes, okay. Of course, I knew that.
Of course they did. Nintendo's like, thanks, Donkey Kong, hey?
Yeah,
We'll run with this.
Yeah, can we take Mario too? Thanks, Rare.
I desperately want this to be successful, but I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say that I think it's going to struggle. I think it's going to have a really good sort of Twitch viewership, maybe, for a little while. I reckon there's going to be some, like, Let's Players who have a great time with it. It's going to have a little niche community, but that's it. And it's not the kind of game that I think Microsoft were probably hoping for from a studio like Rare, which is big and storied, and they need a big AAA blockbuster that everybody can play.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves is not that at all.
Totally.
So.
It's just one of those games where, you're going to pick it up and you're going to get frustrated, I think, very quickly because, you do need to put in, dozens of hours, I think, to really understand that game. If you weren't playing with, like, if it was going to be an online game, you need to play with people that have also played dozens of hours.
Yeah,
to communicate. Like, it's probably just not going to take off. And, in terms of Rare, I mean, they don't have any other IP going at the moment. I reckon
they've got lots in their back catalogue, but none of it is really fresh enough.
Yeah, but that's the glory days. Like, they're gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that is it. We are hoping that Rare does fix itself. But let's face it, like, the glory days are over for Rare people.
Don't be so negative, Sam.
Glory days are over. But we hope that they come back, and we will give you the news tomorrow, lads.
Outro with a Banjo-Kazooie remix.
And now we're not going to drop it. Or will we? You don't know now. Everyone's like, shit, what the hell is the ending song?
begging you. Look at me. I'm begging you.